skip ahead to the 1 minute mark for today's message. Let's get started. All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier hypnosis life healer coach, and your personal guide. So today's theme is something that I'm sure if you are a long-time creator, by that I mean in today's standards, maybe you've been creating for the last 3 months, or maybe you've been creating for more than a year. And by this, I mean not just the one-off posts that you create or the reels that you create, but if you're somebody who is a daily creator of whether it's a podcast, whether it is reels or shorts for that matter, and you're sort of starting to find yourself getting stuck in a routine, stuck too much in a rhythm, and it's starting to dull you out, this pod has been created specifically for you. I say this, of course, because in all humility, I've been now doing this daily pod creation for closer to 3 months. Let me say that again. I've been doing this for closer to 3 years. Why I'm saying that is, of course, because I started in October, November of 2022. And what started off as a 30-day challenge just kind of grew into something much, much bigger than I could ever have anticipated. And of course, today, we are, as I said, we are closer now to 3 years of creating this content. So let me just share with you a couple of reflections that I made for today's pod. There's been a lot of times where there's a lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm to come in and record. There are, of course, times where maybe I've been recovering from a cold or some kind of illness, or maybe it's just one of those days where I just didn't feel like doing it. But there's something very, very mystical about making this contract with yourself that no matter what, every single day I'm going to show up, and no matter what, I'm going to record a pod. It may not be the best, it may not get any views, or it may just get a couple of views, but that's besides the point. It's more like a daily practice. This is something I remember hearing about when I was doing my yoga teacher's training. It was a practitioner program. And, this is when I heard the words for the first time. And, when we talk about sadhana as a meaning your practice, when you make whatever it is that you're doing, whatever your craft is, when you make that your daily practice, there's something about you that changes. I know that that's one of the reasons why no matter what, whether I record this in the day, whether I record this, let's say, at a more regular time, like before 9 or 10 o'clock in the night, or like today, where I'm recording this way past, it's past 12 o'clock in the night, or this is now technically early morning or midnight, shall we say, not early morning, it's midnight. The intention is very, very clear. And I know that, like yesterday I was talking about, like just take that one step. Sometimes that's all that is required. It's not about anything fancy. It's not about trying to be perfect. And I know that this practice in the long run will definitely serve me. This is something that I have seen over and over again. You look at any creator, or you look at any content creator for that matter, in all of their stories, you hear this one thread repeated over and over again. For the first couple of years, it sucked. For the first couple of years, they sucked. But they still made it a point to show up. And literally when they wanted to quit, somehow they were able to pull it together and just make one more, or make one more. And obviously, today there's a lot more focus on mental health. And there's a growing concern that people are starting to literally create burnout in their own life by trying to fulfill the algorithm and so on and so forth. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, keep it very simple. Like for me, this is a very simple process. And, some days it may take me all put together half an hour. Some days it may take me a little bit more. But either ways, it's not something that I know is, breaking me as a person. So I have on purpose simplified my process just to get the reps in, because I know in the long run, I'm talking, maybe 2 years in. So it's like, let's say we've done 5 years of this, or 10 years or beyond. I know that this is one of those habits that will definitely serve me. In what way? Stick around and come along for the journey. And I'm sure you also discover it and you'll remember these pods more fondly. So of course, these pods are made for you, especially if you are a young, and I say young, it doesn't matter what your age is, but if you've just started to get on the journey of being a healer and being a coach, and your intention is to be able to reach out to more people, is to be able to get your message out there, this pod is made specifically for you. I just want you to know that I understand your pain. I understand the frustration that sometimes you just don't want to do this, but somehow, maybe you've made this, maybe you also made this pact, this contract with yourself that, you know what, I'm just going to show up and create. And I'll tell you this, sooner or later, but eventually, everybody gets that due, especially when you least expect it. Right? I've seen this happen over and over again to friends, to colleagues, people who've been in the space now, and people who've stuck it out. So I just want to remind you again that one, I truly do appreciate you. I see you, whether I see you in forums, whether I see you in the comments, either ways, I just want you to know that you matter and just keep showing up for yourself. And ultimately, of course, when you know that you're showing up for your audience, because for me, the biggest motivation is that I show up for you. I know that somewhere, on every day, on any given day, there is someone out there that is watching this, whether they're watching a couple of seconds, maybe they're watching the entire podcast. I just know that this is reaching out to you and is telling you that, you know what, let's just go once more. And sometimes that's all it takes. So having said all of that, of course, as always, remember to live your purpose. God bless. And of course, I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.